Get chickens, they said. It'll be fun, they said. It's so relaxing, they say. Uh-huh. I've got 13, well, 12 and a rooster. 13 layers over there. This used to be their whole coop. Well, coop. That coop is right there. Nesting box is there. This used to be their indoor run in the winter, which is why there's greenhouse panels up, protect them from the snow and give them a place to come in. But since I hatched these little guys out December 31st, 24, I had to put this divider wall in because they were getting too big for the brooder shed that's out back. About 13 males. These are my American Bresse. About 13 males are going to freezer camp here in a couple weeks. 3 of those extra roosters were actually out of them to make sure that Roo was actually doing his job. So this will be home to 16 birds when it's all said and done. That'll be home to 13 birds. Each one of these stalls is 12 by 12. But since these are my breeding birds for meat birds, guess what I got to do? I get to build a third coop. Another 12 by 12 grow out coop for summer so I can raise them to harvest. And it's not going to be used in the winter. I'm going to put it next to my solar so I can use that as cover. That's where those 12-week-olds came from. It's the brooder shed, a little run area here. They graduated from that. I got to clean this out because I'll be hatching out probably another couple weeks, another 50 birds. So I got all this to clean out and get ready. But couldn't keep them in there, so I moved into the big coop. I'm gonna split that off, keep it that way, build a proper divider wall. And then out here past the garden, next to the solar array, I'm gonna put a 12 by 12 coop there, fence in all the way around the solar, around the coop, and have them a, I don't know, 80-foot long by 24-foot wide fenced in area that they can have shelter under the solar system through summer. All right, so I'm out here. I'm just standing under the solar because there's no sun blinding me here in the camera. So I've got my anchor point here. It's a nice post, or basically it's a bar in the ground. It's an old ground auger. And then what I've got is 12 feet out, I've got another measurement here. So that's squared with the solar system. And then what I can do is you can set up strings and measure. You can do the 3, 4, 5 rule. I've only got myself, no strings and stakes set up. So what I'm going to do is basically use Pythagorean theorem a different way. Is I'm going to mark here, anchor that. Got to mark 12 feet here. So I'm going to move my anchor over here, measure out 12 feet that way, swing an arc off of 12 feet. Then I can calculate the a squared plus b squared, which would give me c squared. Put my anchor back here and then take the measurement off the tape and then swing it across the arc that way, and where the two meet is where that thing's going to be square. So that's what I'm going to get to doing now. Here's my first swing. 12 feet. Made a nice little arc. Now I'm going to go over there, anchor again here, take my measurements and pull, and I'll swing across that arc, and that'll be my corner. Alright, so 12 squared plus 12 squared equals this, which is 16.97 feet. So this is the 12-foot mark from this side. This is the 16.97, which I rounded up to 17 diagonally, and I went ahead and did that side over there same way. So this is my 12-foot mark from that anchor, and that is my 17 from the diagonal. So if I take that pin and put it on that X, measured it to here, that should equal 12 feet there. Here I've got my anchor on the first measurement, and I pulled 12 feet out just to double check. Here we are at 12 feet, right where I want it. Stay in school, kids, stay in school. So got all this anchored, got the holes done, concrete at the bottom, they're curing. I put these bottom rails in to keep these posts square. I mean, typically you'd run one off the angle and the angle, but I've got them all squared. I've got them held in with 4 screws on each side, so they are level with each other. 8 foot tall in the front, 6 foot tall in the back for slope for water catch. I'll have a water collection barrel system here, so it'll run off down the gutter, 2 barrels under a cover, and should be plenty of water for them. These boards will come off, but they're actually just going to recess inside the 4x4 so that they're flush with the faces of the 4x4, because that's going to be the bottom of the wall when it comes down, and that's going to keep, there's actually going to be that much sand inside for cleaning out and making it easier to keep clean and sanitary. So that's going to be my sand border. So when these are done curing tonight, I'll take these off tomorrow. I'll mark them, cut them, toenail them in from the inside, and then the outer board, the sheet, will actually overlap that to kind of keep water from going in. So yeah, I'll let this cure tonight and get back on this tomorrow. I know the wind's blowing pretty good out here, but hope you can hear me. So I got the bottom boards off, and what I'm doing now is digging a small trench about an inch and a half deep all the way around at that border, and that way I can sink those down into the ground, so when I backfill with sand it won't bulge these walls out. Alright, time to get some of this stuff in and start building walls. I'm going to build them in the shop, got it all cleaned up. So start laying them out and then go take them out and install them. Alright, time to go take it outside and install it. Alright, 3 more to go. All the stud walls are up. They are secured to the bottom, secured to the stud or the posts. Door frames in for the walk-in door. So what I'm going to do is this whole roof is going to be slanted from front to back. I don't necessarily need framing from here up, but what I'm going to do is I made that all just a 6-foot wall to match the back. I'm going to run panels up, all the way up on each. I'll probably, on the back, I'll probably just cut them 6 feet, whatever. And then I will snap a line from there to there and just rip it down with my saw. But to put these up, since I'm doing this by myself, I'm going to take an extra 2x4x12, come down about 2 inches off of that lip to give myself some overlap, screw it in both front and back, make sure it's level, and that way I can just set each panel up and I don't have to sit there and hold on to it. So last night I was out here till about 11 o'clock getting this thing walled off, reinforced. Got the trusses spanned, 2x6s. Now I have to put all the purlins in for the roof. Do some last minute reinforcement boards across the back. Once I get the purlins in, I'll attach those there to stiffen up the paneling. And then same thing up here. I'll put a couple of purlins. I say purlins, but they're basically like headers. They just attach and keep that stuff from flopping. So I got a bird mouth, both of these, to get them dropped down, I think 3/4 of an inch. And then I will be ready to start running the roof. I'm inside the thing right now because the wind is starting to pick up, but got all my purlins in. I got my end pieces on, front and back, so I have straight edges. So now I can go ahead and put the paneling on, which I hope I don't fly away. Turning to Mary Poppins around here. The wind's picking up. Got all that done. I still have some gaps up here I want to close off because I built it a little bit taller than 8 foot. So the 8-foot panel staggers down here for runoff. It did leave a gap, but I'm going to fill those in with 2x4s, which is no big deal because I'm going to put trim on the outside, which will seal that off. Got the door in. So what I have left is corner trim, door trim. I'm going to put horizontal trim here to simulate wainscoting or wainscoting, however you want to pronounce it. Then I've got silicone I got to put in. I got the overhang done. I will need to do a gutter system, a downspout, and then there's going to be a water collection system somewhere in here. It'll be elevated on a stand, whether I put bracing down to the back of here or I come down and anchor it into the ground. I don't know yet. Then I'll have a sloped roof coming off of it just to keep dirt and debris off. That'll come into the side, fill up 2 barrels. They'll have water. I'll have a spigot that I can drain for winter. Yeah, so nice black roof. Hope this is picking up. I'm trying out a new microphone and it's really windy out here, so we'll see how this comes out. I got the glass storm door in. It's gonna be dark in here because this is the only form of light. It's got a door spring here. Door catch. Yeah, I had to frame that out because this is not a finished door jamb, so I had to adjust that for that. So I have a little bit of vent here. I still got, yeah, I'm gonna do a lot in here because I was gonna put roosting bars on the back here, Coliseum style. But then I was like, well, you know, the light does come in from the east and west, and I was like, well, I can cut a window in here, cut a window in there so they get morning and evening light. And then the roosting bars would kind of be there. But I think what I'm gonna do is I'll do that because there's only gonna be 25, maybe 50 birds max in here. So this should be 12 foot, 3 roosting bars should be enough for at least 25 birds. But still gotta backfill all this, put sand in here. The weeds will die off because they're not getting a lot of light. But I think when I come in, I'm gonna build a brooding area in here because right now I'm using that shed as a brooder, which eventually it's gonna be the meat processing shed. I'm gonna do new walls, stainless steel, solid floors with the drain and all that. So I'm gonna do some kind of like a 30-inch by 8-foot long brooder area here. The top of it will be the brooder area that'll have like the ability to put little walls in, so as they're small chicks they can stay over here by the food and water, and as they get bigger they know where it's all at. I'll take the divider out and they can spread out, and then eventually I'll have a little access door like in the floor that they will have a little ramp to go down, and this will all be pinned off underneath, so when they get bigger they can start having access to the floor and get used to transitioning into the coop. And then I can just open the door, they can go out and start exploring here, and then eventually that's where the water's going to be. Eventually there'll be an access door here for the chickens to go out. And then I think on this side I'll put some shelving for food storage and then have it to where I can close it so obviously it doesn't get climbed on and pecked at and whatever. So it's going pretty good. I'm going to cut this video off right here because there is still a lot left to do. I'm probably going to include the fence in the next video, but there's still so much left to do here that I have to stop now. The chicks don't even hatch for about 4 more days, but I do have some other projects I have to knock out. So we'll call this one done and I will come back to it and finish this up.